Evening, guys. Let's have a look here quick. Right. I see YouTube. I see YouTube's all changed again. The way they put it all set up, which is not kind of helpful. It's got a kind of different layout now. But it is what it is. Just trying to adjust my controls a little bit more so I can see better. That makes sense. Right, here we go. Alright, Steve, how you doing, chap? Alright. And Dominic, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're keeping well. Oh. So, back on the railgun, as we do. Got my new reading glasses so I can actually see the instruction sheets better and the numbers, and new walking glasses as well, so that makes life a little bit easier. But we shall soon find out, because this is the first time building with all these new glasses on, so we should see how we get on. So I'm trying to remember where we was, because it's been a few weeks. So we've done 3 of the bogies. I'll just go and get 2 of them just to show you as a recap of where we're at. So just as a little recap, we have 2 of the bogies here that we've done for the rear of the train, or the rear of the railgun, and all that shenanigans. And sure, we've kept it separate for anyone who's new, so it's easier to paint. And there's all the braking system under there and everything else as well. So that's, we've got 2 of them built so far. And then we made a start on the 3rd set of bogie, which is the front ones, which have 2 boxes on the front and some other extra gubbins there that goes on the front there. These are the front bogies. Again, the whole thing comes apart at the moment, so it's easier to paint and whatnot. So we've got 1 of these front ones done, so we've got 1 more of these to build at some point. And then we have this part here that we was building last time I was on, putting all this together and doing all this. So this piece here goes on the back there, and obviously there's going to be another one the other side, so I've got another one of these to build. But sure, I had to put all these little things on the inside before I could put the cage across. So that's where we're at. What I have to do next is another question. We'll have to see. Here's the lovely, joyful, exploded view instructions, like usual. Just arrows everywhere. Not really any clear definition for what's what. And it's all joyful and fun. There is an image there of this thing here. And we have this part here. Now, right, so we have this piece here that supposedly goes there and then just goes through there to somewhere in there. Absolutely no idea where. So we need need to figure out where that goes. So I do. It kind of is not very clear at all. I can't see on here where it would go either. Not with any surety anyway. And it must go on here somewhere. It's just trying to see if I can see where. Which I kind of can't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to look at the original photos again and see if I can zoom in and see where this lovely little triangle goes. So that's that there, and that's this piece here, and it doesn't go anywhere from what I can see. There is no image of where that goes. Because that looks exactly the same as what I've got there. I shall try and screen share, see if I can screenshot this when you do it. No. Right, okay. How you doing, Doc? Alright, chap. I can't remember how I got this image up before. No, can't remember. Try this button. Right, there is an image, but it's not. There's nowhere that goes. Not according to this picture. So I'm just going to leave it. If my pal built this model and it wasn't on his model, then there's a reason it's not on his model. So we'll just leave it as it is. So that bit, I have no idea. Ooh, okay. Right, we're not going on to that side because that is the really huge bits. So is there another? Alright, Andy. Is there another? Let's just have a quick look and see if there's another image. Nope. Okay, so basically I think I've got to make another one of these. Anyway. Yeah. Well, all good fun, huh? So basically, yeah, right, so I've got to make another one of these. That's what I've got to do. And then apparently this, eventually, goes into this piece here. So that will go on there, like that, at some point. That kind of gives you a gist of where we're going to be going with this thing. It's going to be a bit bizarre. It's yeah. So this bit here will go in there at some point. It's not right this minute because I've got too much to do with the rest of this kit. So I'm going to stick that there. give me an idea of what I was doing, because I've got to replicate that again and do it all again here. So happy days, as they say. Here we get to it. So again, I want this bit here and this bit here. No, all sitting there like that. I need to nip these little nubs off. Yeah. Yeah. The barrel works out taller than me. Just the barrel. So, and then of course I've got the delightful extra bits and bobs to go with it, just to make it a little bit more fun, as they say. Just get that little nub off there. My pal Neil sometimes comes on here, and he's built a railgun. So there you go. So I'll whip that in there like that. I think I glued this one, I believe. Yeah, that's what I'm doing at the moment, this piece. See that bit? So half a ton of glue again, and we'll be good. Takes ages to glue these bits because it's just so many bits, huh? Yeah, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that should do it. Just a little bit more wherever. It's just so big. Yeah. Just keep that pushed down for a minute. Sit there like a piano. Do 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 do. That's not far off. I can feel. You can feel it that it's nearly dry. Nearly dry enough. Yeah. So that's that bit. Now we start going on to all this madness, filling in all these holes again. Basically copying that, but the opposite way round. Right. Back to this again. So, that bit. Why do you show that and then it's not there? Oh, 7. No, yeah. Right, okay. So, I need the O sprue first. There we go again. Hunting for sprues, because there is absolutely so many sprues. I mean, you got like O sprues, you got 2 O sprues, You got 1, 2, 3, 3P sprues. You got 4 S sprues, 2 Qs, 2 Rs. It's madness, eh? Oh, right, so O sprues, and we want 07. So I want that sprue there. Okie dokie. So I'm looking for this sprue here. That's all I find. And I want part 07. So I'm looking for a bit with some spiky bits on it. Which looks kind of like this one. And I probably already took the part off of this one. Number 10. Yeah, so I need another one of these. That's what I need. There we go. Looks so cool and a little picture on the sprue on the instructions, eh? But obviously on the kit everything's a lot bigger. So I'm definitely needing that because I remember seeing that on this kit. So I'm definitely wanting that piece off of this. And then I'm definitely wanting, I think it's that little blighter there actually. 07, yeah it is. So a little tiny dotty one there, which goes, if I remember, up the top. So I'll put that there. I'll put that there. What else are we needing of this? That looks familiar. That certainly looks familiar. Quick look. Oh. Stay. O18. Right, that's not being there on that one. And then yep, 05. I thought it was. Definitely. You know when you kind of look at a part and you go, I recognise that part. Well, that's what happened. I remember this part when I was just looking there. And I thought I need that. Do you have enough glue? I think you need about 3 jars to glue it together. Luckily, I have plenty in the shop. So yes, I have plenty of glue, which you're right is very much needed with this kit. Let me just see that there. Right, that ring there as well we want. We'll want this ring as well at some point. I think that's it for that sprue. Pop that there. I believe that's it for that sprue. Now, cut that centre out. such a big kit, you can use big sanding sticks, if you know what I mean, which is quite helpful, sure. Especially when you're having to do this bit. Right, so up here, this back bit's dry now, so up on this, up here in this little corner here, where my tweezers are, there's a little tiny circular bit that nips into there that we did on this one, and it's just there on this one. You've got to pop that little bit on there into it. That's a little bit there, a little blighter. I mean, it's such a giant kit, it's just bizarre some of the stuff you have to do. Right. What I'm going to do, I'll put a little bit of glue in there, make it tacky, and then pop that in. I think that's what I did last time. Put that on there like that. There you go. There's the little blighter, just there. Little tiny thing. Why it wasn't moulded with a kit, I don't know. I've said that a few times with this kit, so I kind of give up with it on that aspect. Right, I do have this lovely part here that needs to go, well, it needs a little clean up first actually. I just noticed something on my pals build. Nothing bad towards my pal, but I did notice when I was looking at his photo, he's got a slight separation in his build of where, you know, remember when I clamped these together and glued it to make it the platform? He's got a slight separation there and doesn't look intentional. So I'm kind of glad I went to that extreme when I did mine to use all them little metal clamps, because that meant I never had that issue that he obviously has had. Right. And we'll get a little dot of glue in there. Pop that a little bit on. Yeah. Line that up. Yeah. Yeah. All good. So that's so far upside down, obviously. That's this piece in, the little piece there, that piece in, the back piece in. So now I've got these little R bits again to whip in there. Which sort of tuck in trying to see where I tucked them in on that one. Oh yeah, I see. Cool. Right, so we need our 15, 14 and 8. back to the front again. R1 to 20. Will do me. So R1 to 20 is that sprue there, with the big long plimps and the little ladders and all that shenanigans. So we shall find that sprue. And it's basically that one, but without all them bits missing. Any of them ones. Here it is. Yeah. Comes to summer when the sprues are big like that. Right. So I need 15 14, there's 15. Right, that's 15. Yeah, that's 15. Looks long. And then this one's 14.
Motion detected at your front door.
Apparently there's motion detected at my front door. I'll be called the wife, that's what that'll be. Right, that's 14. Which goes there. And then 8. Number 8. Number 8. 14, 15. Number 8. Now, keep that out because there's half a chance we might need something else off of that. You know it's a big kit and you have to get up and walk around the room to find the sprue. Yes. Yeah, just a tad. Yeah, it's mad, eh? You just, the whole kit's like that, you know. I've got stuff everywhere across here, all across my bench, across here, like right the way across, all round here, down the back there, down round behind that door. And then obviously I've got the other bogies in the other room there as well, in the kitchen, out of the way. Yeah, it's kind of bizarre, eh? Really. Right, 15 goes on the higher one. And I don't remember which one goes where. And that one goes up near there somewhere. Oh yes, I see the hole there. A hole there. There must be a hole over here somewhere. Oh my gosh, I can't remember how I did this. Right. It's because everything's the opposite way round. Also makes it a little bit more confusing. Right, so that's definitely, let's start with that one. That one is over here. Can't go like that, surely. Wait. That one went across the bottom. Like that. Right, that one went in there. I'm getting confused here, and I'll tell you what it is, it's because it's mirror image, eh? So that's why I'm getting confused. That one goes there. And that one is 14. It's near the bottom. So that's going over there. Got it now. Alright, Apple. How you doing, chap? Alright. Right, that one goes in there. I'm sorted now. I know what I'm doing. Ish. Kinda. And then this one, R15, goes near the top. It's because when I'm looking at the picture, I'm having to remember that it's the opposite end. So it makes it a little bit more confusing. Still don't get why that's like that. That one went across there. I've got a hole missing here somewhere. Oh, no, I'm not. There it is. Yeah. Sorted. That bit goes in there. What I wish they would have done was had a left hand side and a right hand side on the instructions, and then it wouldn't have to have all that trying to find out the opposites and everything else. Yeah, I'm looking at this one and then I'm having to pretend it's like a mirror image and then work the opposite way, and that's where I'm getting a bit confused with it. Not bad. Counting down to 16th of December. Kind of the knife, hopefully. Oh, right, yeah, the cataracts, yeah. Yeah, well, hopefully you get that sorted, mate, because I remember when I had it done, and it makes a world of difference, eh? Once it's done. Because it's annoying until it's done, that's for sure. Right, that's that bit. So now I need to do P, which is this one. Pop that on there, and then we go over to this side with all these little bits of gubbins here. So we want P4849. Here we go again. P48 to 49 is this weird sprue here. This is the one we're looking for. I kind of know what that looks like, so. And we had it here because I was using it. Because it's a dual number, I'm believing it's one sprue. If I can find that sprue that had that part on it, I should find the piece that I need. There's theories go. I believe it was that sprue there. No, that's an R. So that's that out the window. Right. It had frames like that on it. Oh, there it is. That's it, yeah. This one. That's the one. So I've used one of them, so it can only have the other one on it. I'm going to use my magnifying glass just because I can't be bothered to take these off and swap glasses, if I'm honest. 49, 48. So that will be right. So it's a 48. So basically, the next step I need is anything that's got a little bracket on it. So the number here, you got P49, then in brackets 48. So 49 is for the other one, and the one in brackets is for this one. So I've just got to remember that when I'm looking now for all the different parts. So like here where I'm looking for P53 now, because it's the opposite. Just trying to remember where you're at, isn't it, from last time? And then trying to work out the best way around it. And any more P's before I put this away? A P50. P50. Oh yeah, one of these little E-shaped things. Yeah, one of them little things there. It's a P50. I'll whoop that there and all why we got that out. Any more P's? Nope. Okie doke. That's it for that bit of sprue. What's that? Hey Fred, I hope you made up a few gallons of aquagloss for this one. Yes, yeah, no problem on that one. I'm more worried about the paint colour and the amount of bottles of paint I'm going to need than I am the aquagloss. I can make up the aquagloss as much as I need, you know. I'll probably just put a litre bottle on the end of the airbrush and just it's going to need a lot, eh? But the paint side of it, that's going to be a bit bizarre, because I do believe it's like a German field grey, which is like a grey black, and obviously I'm not wanting it all one solid colour, because then it just wouldn't look right. So it's going to need to have a little bit of pre-shading, post-shading or whatever, just to take that edge off it. So yeah, it's going to need a fair whack, that's for sure. Right, this bit goes on this side, and I think it goes about there. Like that. That's how it went. Yeah. I think that's it there. I think that went there like that. Yeah. Yeah, SMS is going to be a lot of SMS paint for sure. I might need to even turn up the airbrush shape, you know, the size of the spray pan. I've got a feeling I might have to turn that up a little tad too, eh? Right, that's just popped into there, so that's good. I can't believe I found where that went straight away. I mean, that is just pure luck. I'm not going to deny that. And that's that piece there on this piece here. I had to do, remember. I had to do it on the last one too. And then we've got this silly little thing here that has mad bits put on it, if I remember rightly. A bit of cleaning up to do on this sprue as well. Yeah, I'll need plenty of coverage. The good thing is that I have kept it in separate pieces at the moment. So in theory, that will make it easier. I can paint it in sections pretty much to start with, and then we can do what needs to be done after that. So that's why I'm kind of keeping it in bits at the moment, until I get to that point. The point of no return kind of thing. So the idea is once I get all the 4 bogies done and that, and these 2 bits done and everything else, then I can start painting like these sections, because I want to paint this section before I bolt it into that massive section there, because that's just huge. And then there's a whole nother world of work to be done on that. So I'd rather try and get the add-ons put onto that big piece first, then bolt the 2 together after they've both been painted, and then that's that section done. That makes sense. That's kind of my theory. I'm going to go with that theory, but so that pops in there, I believe, and then that pops in that bit there. That's it, and then that bit goes in there like that, and then that goes in there, and then that bit I think goes in there like that. Is that right? Certainly looks right. A bit. Why is that? Right. Let's sit in there like that. That bit can't be right in there, surely. There is a kink in that pipe then. I didn't think there was. There's a pipe here and it's obviously got a kink in it, and I didn't think there was one. I thought that would that pipe there would be straight, but it's not, as you can see. And it is in the lugs, you know, where it's supposed to go. There's a little lug up there, there's a little lug there, a little lug down there. So it is in the correct position. It's just a bit bizarre. It sweeps down a little bit. But on that side, it's straight. But on this side, it's not. It kind of threw me a little bit. Yeah, definitely keep it in smaller sections. It'll be a nightmare if I didn't. But then, I mean, you know, I've got the 132nd Border Models Lancaster to do at some point. So that'll be a giggle too, eh? Right, so I have a mad shape here. Where has it gone? My little toothy thing. And that apparently goes like that on there. I don't quite know what it does. And there wasn't one on the other side. For some strange reason. I don't know. We'll have a look in a moment. Right, I want R24, so I want to get my little bones on. Got two little domes there. One real Dora in a museum. Oh, I don't know. I think they only ever built two, as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, they built two. I'm pretty sure they destroyed them, but I could be wrong. I've got no idea, to be honest. Right, I need that bat wing bit. Yeah, I mean, I could be completely wrong there, but I did hear that they could only fire it so many times, and then that was it. It was gubbed, and the barrel needed changing, which isn't really too clever. It'd be interesting to see if there was one. Right, I need another one of these. There it is there. Yeah. I'm looking for number 24. And there might be a few of these spruce. I'm not seeing the part I want. 30s, 26, 22, 29, 24 is missing yet. Thought so. Okay. 24 is missing off of that one. There's one. Hey, happy days. I would hazard a guess that if they did have a Dora, I wouldn't have thought it would have been so difficult to find pictures, if you know what I mean. Not saying that, you know, there might well be one, but I think with the lack of information that's available, I would be quite surprised if there was one around where you could actually get the information, because then why would everyone be struggling so much? But who knows? Right, I've got these little tiny domey bits to whoop on there. If there was one, it would be interesting to see. It would have to be a very big museum. Crikey. I mean, the museum would have to be monstrous. The sheer size of this thing in real life was absolutely huge. Right, which way up did these go? Oh, right, yeah, that's right, because it's got a little wheel on it. There's one.
Motion detected at your front door.
Motion detected. Yeah. So that's them two little bits put on there, and there's a couple of little wheels to go on top of them. You know, like twisty-turny. Twisty-turny bits. I'm just going to nip that a little bit. I'm not happy about the way that came off there. Yeah. Yeah. Right. And apparently on the same sprue, if I remember rightly, in my little steering wheel bits. I think that's the bit I want. double check. Let me see. C12, so no it's not. Okay. Completely different sprue. ABC. C 2 to 12 is the one with... Oh, wait. The one with the little calipers and all that lot. These ones. There you go, there's my little steering wheel there. It's not a steering wheel, or whatever it is. Obviously you turned it and it done something. There is a little toy thing. One. I mean another one somewhere. There we go. Someone said to me, he goes, oh my gosh, look at the mess. And I says, it's not a mess. I know where most of the sprues are. And because of the way this kit is, you need to know and have them spread out like this. Because otherwise, you'll never find anything. Let's get these little wheels in there. I had a customer in the shop today, he was laughing because he says, oh my gosh, the size of that. And I went, well, I've got the chains to go with it. And he's like, what? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I showed him the finished pictures of my pals one. And he's like, oh wow. I said, yeah. I don't know where I'm going to put it. But it's like I said to him, you know, and I've said it on here, I think, before. The difficulty was looking on YouTube to see if anyone's built this kit live on a broadcast, and no one had. So there was no way of me getting the heads up and trying to figure out ahead of a live broadcast where I'm at, because at the end of the day I couldn't tell because there was no actual build done on YouTube, not like this anyway. What are we at? 54. Right, I'm going to get this little last couple of bits on that I want to get on. I want to get this, before I go, I want to get this piece on here on the top, and then I want to get my little V-groove bit, this bit, I want to get that on because I know where that goes as well. So I'd like to just quickly get them on before I go. So R10, here we go again. Right, okay, so that's sprue. Oh. I want to get as much as I can done before I go. Right, that bit there, for sure. And that bit. And then on the top here, on the righty, I think it was like that. Yep. No, it's the other way around. It was like that. I'll pop that on there. Again, this is another part that, for me, this is a parts count part, not a necessity. Because, and I'll show you, I'd had to glue that little flat plate on there, and yet they've already pre-molded it on that side. So it's already pre-molded there, and they've made me glue that on there. There is absolutely no reason for me to have to glue that on. That could have been molded as part of the kit, just like that side. There is no reason why not. Absolutely nothing apart from we can say it's got so many thousands of pieces now. So that's purely a part count piece, that. No other reason for it. And you know what I'm like, because when I built the Ayashima Night Rider, I noticed things like that and I was pointing it out. That was a fun build. I remember tinting them windows on live. That was funny. That was a proper ooh moment. Is it going to work? You know, one of them. Yeah. No, I'm going to get this bit on because I want this bit on. Basically, that bit goes there like that. Sits on there. That's one of the good things about doing this kit already, some of it. You start to remember where everything goes. Yeah, that's that bit on. And there was the mad staircase bit as well, but I would have to build that and I don't want to do that yet. Yeah, I'll do that next time. So next week I won't be, yes, I will be here. Next week I'll be here. Next week we'll start whipping all these little bits here on again, like we did last time, whipping all these mad bits in. Put this plate on here, start down here, putting the ring on and all that, and these bits and the steps, and then we can start carrying on again like last time, where I start building the framework and going through all this lot like we did last time and put the cages in. I call them cages, they're handrails and whatever, safety rails, but you know, at the end of the day, how can you call that a safety rail on a walkway? You know, you would fall through that hole. You know, if you were walking along, you would just go donk. So there's not really much safety involved when it comes to this bit here. I mean, crikey, you would just jump down or whatever. So, not the safest walkway in the world. But we're doing alright. We're getting there. Got quite a few bits on there now. I remember there were some awkward bits up here, but we'll get them next time. And yeah, all good. We shall carry on next time. Happy days, and it's exactly an hour, so there you go. All good. So next week we'll get all this framework gear done, you know, the safety rail bits and the walkways and this steppy bit here and this bit over here and this bit, and start putting all the little other awkward bits in. The bit actually up there I just noticed. I wonder what goes in there. There must be something that goes in there. We'll have to look into that. Anyway, happy days. So that's us. Till next week. Oh dear. Right, let's get a different camera. There we go. Sorted. So that's it for now, I'm guessing. All good fun. I say next week we'll muddle on and keep going. I believe it's in Dresden. Oh, wait. We'll have to look into that. That would be crazy to see. Not that I'm going to go over there and see it, but yeah. But yeah, no, I'll look into that, Dom. Cheers, pal. It'll be interesting to find out anyway. Yeah, so that's it. All good. We'll muddle on again next week and keep going. Thanks for popping by. Thanks for the likes, the comments, the chat. I like all the chat. Gives me something to yap away to. And yeah, a lot of aquacross.
Motion detected at your back door.
A lot of aqua gloss is going to be needed, a lot of paint and a lot of glue, but we'll keep going. We'll get to that point when it comes to it. Take care, everyone, and you know where I am if you want me, and hopefully we shall see you all next week at 6 o'clock. So let me see. Right, so that's the button I want to click. Happy days. Anyway, so hi Annette. Unfortunately, I'm just going. Sorry about that, girl. No worries at all. There's always next week. You take care, girl. Wait, and I'll catch you next time. No worries. Anyway, everyone, thank you very much. Take care, and speak to you next week. Bye for now.